So how are the Singapore banks like DBS, OCBC and UOB doing after huge volatility in the markets they've seen over the past 2 months? Hey guys, Joey here, top tier MyZero, trader in Philip Securities, and in this video, I'll be talking about the 3 banks to dive into the charts to see where we are right now. Could there actually be an opportunity to get in on dips, and potentially where can some selling pressure actually come back, right? So as you know, right, the market has seen weakness in October due to this ongoing war between Israel and Hamas. Unfortunately, things has kind of like escalated, and there were talks about further rate hikes as well, and the market kind of sold off. But over the past week, finally, we've seen some strength coming back in, and all the banks have since staged a little bit of a rebound. But where are we right now? Should we still want to be a bit more cautious, or could it be a good opportunity to get in? So watch this video all the way to the end, because I'll dive into these 3 banks, DBS, OCBC and UOB, and we'll see where we are right now and if it could be an opportunity for you. Let's go. Alright, so this is DBS here, trading at about $33.30. So I've covered this bank in a video about a month back, and you can see that for DBS, we have sold off, rebounded, sold off, rebounded, and we are pretty much moving in a sideways movement. And there's some key support and resistance level that have been found. So let me just draw it for you. You can see that this is a key resistance level that I've talked about, with somewhere around that $34.50. You can see that we kind of like neared it a couple of times. 1, 2, we neared it again, sold off. In fact, just last a few days back, we neared it, and then sellers started to come back, and we are selling back down again. So anything from like $34 to $34.50, that is a key resistance for DBS that we have been trading below for more than a year now already. So if it does hit to that level, I think it's also good to lock in some profits, because sellers can actually come back near there. What about the support level that has been found? Well, it seems like we have found some good support somewhere around that $32.50. So it used to be like $32, but it seems like the support have gone a little bit higher. All right, since somewhere around July, we found a little bit of the support here, rebounded, swing back down. You can see that we headed back to around that $32.50. Buyers came back, and it swing all the way back up again. So that is pretty much the range right now. It seems like that is a $2 range, from $32.50 to $34.50. So that's like a $2 range, and you can see that from the moving averages, that's what we look for in terms of the trend as well. You can see that all the moving averages are kind of like pointing sideways. So this green line is what we call the short-term 20 days moving average. It's kind of like sloping down a little bit, but a bit more sideways as well. Prices are just moving up and down, above and below it, so it just shows a bit of a sideways movement. All right, in terms of the longer term trend, well, there are some signs of the trend slowly starting to turn up. We need a little bit more confirmation, but I think that can come as long as we stay above this 32.50 support level. All right, so this is DBS. I think pretty much that is the range, right? $2 range. So if you're looking to get in on dips near $32.50, that could be a trade as well. All right, near $32.50, you can try to potentially get in terms of the upside. That could offer a kind of like a gain of maybe about more than 5 to 6% gain, all right, in terms of trading this range, and it hits to near $34.50. You could also time your entry to maybe get out, lock in some profits, and then wait for pullback to enter again. All right, let's take a look at OCBC right now. And guys, if you like this video, you have learned something so far, I would appreciate it. You can give me a like and smash the subscribe button as well. That will really help out the channel, and thank you so much for doing this, right? So let's take a look at OCBC right here, trading at about $13.05. So same thing, right? I've covered this stock a couple of months back, I think just a month back, and it was pretty much near that $12.50 support level, whereby I mentioned that some buying pressure can come back again. So you have since rebounded again. All right, we have since rebounded again. You can see that this support level at $12.50 still remains, right? A couple of times we have neared it, and buyers came back, rebounded. In fact, just last week we neared it somewhere near $12.60 something, and then buyers came back and it rebounded to above $13 again. So that is still a very key support level. As long as we stay above this $12.50 level, potential upside can be all the way to the same $13.50. I think that level is key, right, for more upside to happen, for the uptrend to actually continue to a higher phase. $13.50 is key. Why? Because you can see that we traded here, right, somewhere in beginning of last year in 2022, traded down, same thing, we approached here as well somewhere in July this year, traded down again. So 1350 will be a very key level whereby we can expect some heavy selling to come back again. So we might just consolidate up and down, all right, and making what we call higher lows as we gradually approach the 1350 and hopefully break it, and that's where more upside can happen much faster. So OCBC compared to DBS, I would say that it is slightly different in terms of the trend, because all this while since like last year, in fact last year 2021, you can see that I've drawn this upward sloping channel support line, kind of like connecting the lows, right? So you can see this was the low. We kind of like traded near it, rebounded. So all this while for the past 2 years, we have been forming what we call higher lows, which shows that buyers are kind of coming back on any dips and pushing prices higher, and that is a good sign in terms of the trend as well. In terms of the moving averages, right, you can see that the red and blue line, both of them are gradually sloping up, right, red above the blue as well. So very gentle long-term uptrend, as I say, but we still need to break the $13.50. So I think OCBC is slightly more defensive, slightly more not as volatile as DBS for now. All right, and seems like the support is holding quite well at 1250. So you're looking to get in on dips. I mean, you've got the rebound previously when we talk about in the video. Great, maybe get out first, wait for pullback to near 1250 again, 1260. That is where you could time your entry to get in again to ride the rebound all the way to near 1350. Alright, let's take a look at the third Singapore bank called UOB. Right, UOB trading at about $27.65 right now. So you can see that for UOB, we are back to this pretty critical support level at about that $27, right? So that was pretty much the support level we have found last year. We were actually consolidating below it. Look at this right here, a bit of a resistance until we finally broke above it, and it traded all the way up but came back down again. And in fact, just somewhere in July this year as well, we traded to near 27 and we saw quite a huge rebound, but we sold off again. And just last week, same thing, we headed to near 27, staged a bit of a rebound, and it seems like some selling is actually coming back again. So this $27 would be a critical support level for now. I think if that gives way, we might see a little bit more short-term downside all the way to the next key support level, and that would be the very critical $26, right? Look at this, $26 is pretty much that level whereby we have been holding above since beginning of last year, all right, whereby we touched about 2-3 times and rebounded from it. So UOB looks a little bit different, right? Same thing for DBS and OCBC. OCBC is in a very gradual uptrend, but for UOB, you can see that the trend is slightly different. In fact, it is pointing a little bit down for now if we look at the 1 to 2 years period. So why do I say that? Well, we can take a look at this highs that we have formed. So you can see that this was pretty much the high we formed early of 2022. It became lower, lower, right? So lower highs formed over the past 2 years, and based on these lower highs, we can actually draw what we call now a downward sloping channel resistance line. Does it make sense? All right, so that is what we call a downward sloping rate channel resistance line connecting the highs, and you can see that we have been forming lower highs. So yes, hopefully we stay above this support level at about that $27 or maybe even $26. I mean, that is pretty much some of the support levels we have seen, and eventually if we want to see like a clear uptrend beginning to happen, or we were to break above this downward sloping rate lines, let me just extend it like what we can do over here, so we can kind of like project it as well, and we might still be staying below it. So if we stay below it, it's still not so good. It's slightly a little bit more bearish, not really like a very clear or firm downtrend, but it's slightly more bearish as long as we stay below this red line. But finally, one day, if we were to just consolidate and we were to break above this downward sloping red line, that could point towards an uptrend just starting to happen, and we might slowly start to see that reversal happen all the way to $30, $32, maybe even the previous high at about that $33 as well. That is pretty much where we were at the beginning of 2022. So yes guys, there we have it guys. I pretty much covered the 3 Singapore banks, DBS, OCBC and UOB. So I hope you now have a clearer picture of where we are right now, what are some new support levels that have came out, and where can some selling actually appear again, right? So if you want to find out a little bit more on some of the stocks that we're sharing by WhatsApp daily, so as a client of mine in Philip Securities, in case you don't know, I'm a broker in Philip Securities, and we do send some of these ideas, not just on the banks, but many other top stocks stock ideas in the Singapore market by WhatsApp daily to our clients for free at absolutely no additional charge, right? So if you're trading in the Singapore market, maybe in the US market, or you have a trading account in Singapore as well, and you don't really have a broker, you're just logging in online, trading on your own, you don't get any service, no ideas, no videos, no WhatsApp, no one even contacting you, and you probably have to call a hotline, wait for 10 minutes for somebody to answer, then you might want to come on board as a client of mine in Phillip Securities. It's absolutely free to open a trading account, like what you have been doing all the while. All right, if you have a trading account, it's free to open, so it's the same thing. There's absolutely no additional charge whatsoever. So make sure you come on board as a client. I'll place the link below this video. Around this video, click on it to find out how you can come on board, and my team will reach out to you. And once you're on board as a client, you have a trading account under me. That's where you get some of our ideas much faster by WhatsApp, and some of our private trainings and some of my YouTube videos like this much faster as well as a client. So Joey here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to see you in the next video. Take care.